guys, let's talk about how to wash your hair properly with Monat and what to do if you need some troubleshooting, if you need a couple of tips and tricks to get through it. So first thing you want to do is rinse your hair really good. And this seems kind of like a duh, of course. But when I say rinse your hair good, I mean rinse your hair good. Make sure every single strand is soaking wet. And if that means that you have to part your hair and wiggle it through and get your hands through it to make sure it's really wet, do that. Get your hair soaking wet. The next thing you want to do is take your first wash shampoo. You're going to wash twice, always with Monat. No matter if you wash daily or if you only wash once a week, always wash at least 2 times. So for your first wash, I personally recommend something a little more clarifying. We have a few that are more of a clarifying shampoo. My favorite universal one is the black. Where is it? There it is. The black shampoo. This is from our men's line, but it's a great clarifying shampoo and it's great for men and women. I love it because I can use it for my first wash. My husband uses it. My boys use it. It's a great clarifying first wash. What you're going to do is you're going to open it up. This is a twist top. And let me give you a little hint. You'll hear it. Did you hear it click at all? I don't know if you can hear it. It's dripping water all over me. It twists and clicks. Instead of dumping it upside down and opening it and pouring it into my hand, oh my heck, I got this out of my shower. I probably should have dried it off. Instead of doing it that way and trying to close it real quick with product in your hand, I recommend twisting it from here, squeezing it from the bottom up, getting the product out, and then closing it, and then wiping the product off into your hand. What you're gonna do with that is with wet hands, you're gonna take it and you're gonna rub your hands together and emulsify. You only put a dime to about a quarter size amount. If your hair is above the shoulders, I'd say dime to nickel size. If it's below, nickel to quarter size amount. And you're gonna rub that through your hands really, really good until it kind of gets bubbly, and then you're gonna start working it through your scalp and scrubbing in your scalp. And you will probably notice it almost disappears. You start working it in and scrubbing, and those bubbles that you formed in your hand when you emulsified it kind of go away, and you're like, oh, I need more product. You don't. You really don't. You just work on your scalp. Don't worry about any of this bottom stuff. Just work on really scrubbing your scalp good for, well, as long as you really want to, but scrub it good for a couple seconds at least. Let that sit for 1 to 2 minutes. After it has sat, rinse it out and rinse it really, really well. If you have thick hair, a tip and trick to do when you are rinsing is a parting system. And what that means is you'll take your hair and you're just gonna part it all the way back, like a center part, and then you're gonna rinse along that part. And then you're gonna part in the back and do sections across the back, and you're gonna rinse those. Kind of divide your head into 4 quadrants. 1, 2, 3, 4. And rinse along those part lines really well, because sometimes it's hard to get in really thick hair and you wanna make sure you're getting everything out of it. So after you've rinsed really, really well, you're gonna go in for wash number 2. Wash number 2, I recommend whatever's best for your hair type. If you have coarse, curly, frizzy hair, go with Renew. It's the most hydrating. If you have fine, limp hair, go with Revive. It has the most volume. But talk to your market partner about what's best for your hair type and go with that. Same thing. Get your bottle, put your shampoo on, emulsify it in your wet hands. I find that I need less product on my second wash. I use about a nickel on my first wash and about a dime size on my second. Play with it and see, but you usually don't need as much shampoo on your second wash. Emulsify it in your hands till you get those bubbles. Start working it through your scalp. You should lather up. You should get some bubbles, and it won't be big crazy bubbles, but you should get some bubbles. Bubble it through, get it in, get it on your scalp really good, and then you can start pulling it through your ends. This stuff, it needs to be clean, but it doesn't need to be scrubbed as hard and as focused on as your scalp. So focus on your scalp, pull it through your ends, let that sit 1 to 2 minutes. Rinse that really well. If you are not getting a lather on your second wash, you need to wash again at this point. You need to do that whole thing again, get the shampoo, emulsify it, scrub it through your head. If you don't get a lather on your third wash, you need to wash again. You need to wash until you're getting a lather, letting them sit 1 to 2 minutes each time. Do this because if you're not getting a lather, you're not getting your hair clean. I suggest if you're not getting a lather on the second wash, to wash daily until you get the lather, until you can get a good lather on your second wash for 2 days in a row. When you get a good lather on your second wash 2 days in a row, then you can start skipping washings if that's what you're doing. So once you're done with shampoo, you've gotten a lather, you've rinsed out really well, you've washed at least twice, then if you're going to do a mask, this is when you would do it. We've got 2 permanent line masks. We have the Replenish Mask and the Super Moisture Mask. They both come in a container like this, and what I suggest is just to take the lid off on each of them and take your thumb in and dunk it in. If your hair's above your shoulders, a 1 thumb dunk will be great. If it's below your shoulders, dunk them both. Stick your thumb in, get it in there, dunk it. That's all you need. That is all the product you need. You're gonna take that on your wet hands, you're gonna get it here, and you're gonna work it through your wet hands really good. You're gonna rub it all together, and then you're gonna start working it through your hair. You wanna kind of focus on kind of mid-shaft, so about your ears down, working it through your hair, get it through your hair real good, then get it through your scalp real good. If you have a wide tooth comb or a wet brush, this is a great time to use it. Comb that product through. For the Replenish Mask, you're going to want to let it sit on your hair 5 to 15 minutes, and you're only going to want to use it about every 4th to 5th wash. It is incredible and awesome, but too much of a good thing cannot be good. So don't overuse the Replenish Mask. The Super Moisture Mask, you're going to want to let sit on about 5 minutes. And then we also have an only for you, which was the Charcoal Gelée Mask, and that one is meant to be just in your scalp. So work that one on your scalp as opposed to your ends like you did with the other 2 masks, but let that one sit about 5 minutes as well. With the, I hope I'm not going to get confusing here. With the Super Moisture Mask, you can just rinse it out really, really well. Rinse, then rinse again, and you're done. You can be done. It doesn't need to be followed up with a conditioner, but the Replenish Mask and the Charcoal Gelée Mask need a conditioner. Same as shampoo. Go ahead and twist that top open, squeeze some product out, twist it closed. Now it's not gonna twist closed because I've got mask on my hands. Wipe it off. Work this through your hands. Now the conditioner is not opposite of shampoo, but you wanna start on ears down, working it through there, and then work it through your scalp. You do wanna make sure you're getting on your scalp. Even if you have an oily scalp, you still wanna make sure you're getting a conditioner there on the scalp. Do whatever one is best for your hair type. To me personally, the most universal is the Intense Repair Conditioner. It's hydrating, but it's not so moisturizing that it weighs hair down, and it's got that good boost of capixyl, so it's awesome for hair growth. It's my favorite universal conditioner. You're gonna wanna let the conditioner sit on about 2 minutes, maybe 2 to 3 minutes, unless you're using Smoothing Deep Conditioner. Let that one sit for about 5. Then you're gonna rinse them out. And then you're gonna rinse them out again. And then when you've rinsed them twice, you're gonna rinse them out one more time. This is when you wanna make sure you are really getting all those products out of your hair. If you need to, do the parting system, move your hair around, be gentle because it's wet, but rinse them out really, really well. Now let's talk about what if your hair's transitioning and it's getting all the buildup and gunk off. What do you do then? What if you've got a really dry scalp and it starts to get flaky and it's kind of itchy and you're getting dandruff? Rejuvenique Oil Scalp Oil Treatments. What if you have a really oily scalp and you're like, oh my heck, there's so much buildup and gunk and it's waxy? Rejuvenique Oil Scalp Treatments. This is amazing. This is so good for your scalp. I recommend everybody doing an overnight oil scalp treatment at least once a month, just as maintenance. But if you are going through any issues, if you have a dry scalp, if you have an oily scalp, if you're having issues with your hair just feels gunky and it's getting all that buildup off, this is golden. This is your golden ticket. This is your key. You want to be doing scalp treatments because the molecular size of the Rejuvenique oil is so tiny that it actually penetrates your hair shaft and gets in to your follicle. It gets in there and it nourishes it and it cleans it out and it gets it the amino acids and all the things that it needs to be healthy and nutrients. It's amazing and it will help tremendously. You can't overuse this. So if you need to be doing an overnight oil scalp treatment or even like 10 minutes before you wash, do an oil scalp treatment, try to get somewhere warm, put a warm towel on your head or turn on the shower and let it get steamy. Whatever you can do, this is like the ultimate troubleshooter. This will help with pretty much everything. But for those of you, if you are having extra buildup, extra grease, extra gunk that you're just like, what is in my hair? Another tip and trick that you can do is you can do an apple cider vinegar rinse. You can get apple cider vinegar and rinse it through your hair. Get it on your scalp, get it on your hair, let it get rinsed. You can Google how to do them. They're really easy. But apple cider vinegar and possibly even baking soda if you've got a lot of gunky buildup. But most of the time, good washing, making sure you're washing at least 2 times and getting a lather every time on that second time, so wash until you get the lather, will help with all the things. I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, I want to talk to you today about how to, Hey everybody, let's talk about how to properly wash your hair with Monat and some of the for the replenish mask. You're gonna want to oh my goodness. Conditioner, same way as shampoo. Whoa! Dropped it. Stop. Is that a good ending? Never mind. I can't come up with anything else. That one was my ending. Thanks.